China's recent decision to lift restrictions on group tours to several countries has made a significant step in boosting global tourism.
Before the pandemic, China had the largest outbound travel market in the world, both in the number of trips and the total spend. But as demand returns after 3 years of pandemic restrictions, new research suggests Chinese travellers are changing. Tourists are more digital savvy, have higher expectations and are looking for unique experiences.
Steve Saxon leads McKinsey's and Company's travel, logistics and infrastructure practice in China.
People have not seen friends and relatives for many years. Most people accumulated significant savings during COVID. And when we survey them, they say that the number one thing they want to do with that is to go and travel. So even though the economy overall is slowing a little bit in China, the desire for travel remains very strong.
Are there specific regions or countries that are starting to benefit from this recovery in Chinese outbound tourism?
Well, what has held back outbound tourism has been the need for passport renewals, visa renewals, and also to be on the list of authorized destinations. And so places which have made it easy for the Chinese traveller to return, such as Thailand, such as the United Arab Emirates, such as the Maldives, they've actually benefited the most, and we've seen travel return there the quickest.
So is there a character to the Chinese tourist, the Chinese international tourist, that is starting to change, that is starting to look for different things or look for different destinations?
There's definitely more of an interest in longer trips, first of all, and also more cultural and outdoors destinations. The idea that the Chinese tourist is only interested in shopping and seeing the most important landmarks is well gone.
And certainly there's always been this stereotype that a whirlwind tour of European cities is a kind of favourite holiday for people, not only from China, but from all parts of Asia. But that list of countries that we're looking at now, with Thailand and other Asian countries, as well as perhaps a bit further afield to the Middle East, suggests that the Chinese tourist is looking for something different now.
They're definitely looking for more longer and in-depth experiences. Europe remains very popular. Europe requires visas, and that takes a few months. So I think the rebound to Europe is going to be later this year.
Do you think that'll have any impact on the domestic tourism numbers within China? Do you think there's a large proportion of the holiday-making public there who are staying at home for the moment but waiting for the opportunity to go abroad again?
Yeah, I think there is. Right? Domestic is 120% of pre-pandemic levels. So people are wanting to travel, but finding the international travel difficult because of the visas and relatively high airfares as well. As the air capacity comes back, as the visa processing speeds up and they travel internationally, I do think we'll see a slight pullback in domestic.
What can the different countries around the world, keen to open up their borders to the Chinese tourism sector, what can they promise? What can they do to increase the pull factor, if you like?
The first thing is to make it easy for the Chinese traveller to go. Now, China has now put almost every country in the world back on the approved outbound tour list, which is great news for international destinations. The next thing to look at would be visas, making sure that there is easy visa processes and relatively smooth visa processes. And then you start to look at some of the softer factors, like making sure that there is good information in Chinese language, marketing, and developing the brand for the country in China.
Is China potentially the leading tourism sector coming into the outside world from all the Asian countries?
Absolutely. Pre-pandemic, back in 2019, 150 million mainland Chinese travelled outside the mainland. That was the largest in the world. It's not the largest source of international travellers at the moment, but it will become again as early as next year.